Hey, everybody, welcome back to Variant Intel. Today we have episode 24, and today we're bringing you another great community member, Matt Lackey. How's it going, sir?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's good to finally get you on the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Let we want to. We've seen a lot of your creations in the community, and I wanted to bring you on so you could talk a little bit about yourself and what you're doing, and we're gonna get into all the creations. But yeah, just give us a quick little background on yourself.
Okay, so my name is Matt Lackey. I'm from the Houston, Texas, Southeast Texas general area, and currently I'm a cybersecurity student at UTSA. So I'm going for my BBA in cybersecurity, and I also work a day job as inside sales rep. But my side business is called Red Hawk Designs, and it's a wood carving business, and I've also made a little bit of furniture and a few other little projects. But um, I guess in the evening time, in the weekends, I am a contributor to Midnight Society, Deadrop, and any kind of thoughts or ideas or play testing. Definitely love the play testing part of it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. That's really cool that you're going to school and just furthering the education and stuff. Very admirable, of course. Yeah, man. So since you mentioned the cybersecurity thing, like, is that something you would like to try to apply in the gaming world, or is it totally separate?
It is definitely something that I want to apply. That is actually a goal of mine that it just so happened to come along at the right time. With I believe by the time this game releases, I will be graduated with my degree, and I believe that cybersecurity is going to play a huge role in Web3 gaming and anything involving any kind of crypto or um, it's I believe it's very valuable to have that, and it'd be awesome to work for Midnight Society one day doing cybersecurity if that's ever a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you what, man. You and I have both seen how open the leadership at Midnight Society is with Rob and Quinn and all these guys that are saying like, look, if you're passionate about gaming and you have a skill set, like, hit go apply, man, and you never know what'll happen, right? So, yeah, that would be super cool to see a fellow variant end up working for Midnight Society, like a couple there's already been stories of these things happening. So, and I imagine in the future, especially with UGC and all the things on the horizon, we'll see a lot more of this. So, man, good on you. What a great a very smart degree path to pursue. Even if it's not Midnight Society, that's a one of the most high in demand professions. So, fantastic, man. That's great. So, you mentioned a little bit about your side business. Now, I have personally been, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Benefit to what you do, right? Like, for the viewer watching, I'm holding up a creation that you made for me, which is a coaster, CNC'd out of wood, for Black Steel Bourbon. Which, shout out to Doc and Guy Beam for putting that together. But you also created this coaster for myself and a bunch of other community members, and you took the Black Steel logo, and then on the opposite side did our respective creator logos. And first of all, thank you for that. This has been incredible. I love it. I use it all the time, and it's super cool. But you've been making a lot of other creations, so talk to us a little bit about that and what you've been doing for the community and some other cool projects you're working on. I want. This is where I really want to showcase you and let people get to know more about you and what you're doing for the community. Man, it's super awesome.
Yes, thank you very much for that, and I'm glad you love the coaster. I like to. I don't like to just make copycats of things that, like, if you go to a store like Hobby Lobby or Walmart or somewhere, you see 50,000 of those, thankful and gather signs. And all that kind of stuff. I like to
Yeah.
make unique, one of a kind, but meaningful pieces of art. And just like something as simple as writing in cursive, uh, doing wood carving is a trying to think of the word. It's something that it's kind of a lost trade, so to speak. Or um, sorry, my mind's just going
No,
blank
you're
on
good.
what the
It's
word
not
would be.
super common these days, right?
Yes, and it's becoming less common. It's a good skill. Yeah, that's the word, skill, of course. It's a good skill to pick up and make something with your hands, even if a machine is involved. And in this case, I thought of what is out there and what should be out there, and that was my first thought was, hey, I don't really see anything. I mean, of course, you got the amazing talent out there that's making the posters and all the other things for that are related to Dead Drop. But the first idea that came to my mind was I wanted to make the Dead Drop logo with the half skull, and actually just threw that together and went out and carved it in some walnut wood. And the timing was perfect because March we had the Snapshot 5 event,
Hmm.
and Doc Herschel Guy Beam, his birthday just so happened to fall right around the same time, and I thought, hey, this would be a great opportunity to make something meaningful and something that's going to last, and that's part of it. I like to make things that last.
Yeah.
I don't like to go cheap and use cheap plywood type stuff unless the application is necessary. But so yeah, I made this, and I met Doc in person, and such a humble person. Like Guy Beam is really nice. He was so humbled at being given this great gift, and for me it was to show my appreciation because without him, I don't believe Dead Drop would be a thing. And so that was my thank you to him, and a little happy birthday sort of thing. So it worked out. But he had mentioned to me, he said, "Hey, it would be I might just reach out to you to make some black steel bourbon stuff." And that thought has just been in my head all year
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
since. And for me, it's not a money thing. Like I don't try to promote these things to make the money. It's all about, for me, building good friendships, uh, connecting with the community in the ways that I do good at it. And just like yourself, you make amazing content for the community, and very like-minded. So that was part of the reason why I thought this would be a great way to connect with you. And I made the coasters. I made some slight changes to the Black Steel logo, but it wasn't a subtraction thing. It was more of an addition thing. But once again, it was just I didn't want to just copy something. I wanted to make it special, and so um, that's what I like to do. And lately, I've been working on uh, really trying and hoping and praying that it goes through. But I'm working on a trophy for the Snapshot 7 event, and you've probably seen the pictures floating around on
Yeah.
Discord and X. And it's one thing to just talk about it, but I I'm one of those people where I'm like, I've got to do this. I've got to get it out of my system and make something amazing. And to a lot of people, like, it sounds boring that wood carving is boring, but when you make something that meaningful, it just totally changes the perspective of everyone. And, this thing's going to last years to come. So, it's
Oh
not
yeah.
just a hunk of plastic. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, so first of all, thank you for the kind words about my content. And I would, and I think that's such a cool, heartwarming story about what you were able to gift for Doc. And I would echo that sentiment. I mean, anyone that's excuse me, anyone that's watched his content over the years, it's not hard to figure out that behind the character is a very caring and humble guy. Really, honestly, and so I think that's cool that you got to meet him and gift him something like that. I'm sure he appreciated it for sure. And as far as doing something official with Black Steel, you've got my vote. I love the coaster. Again, it's super cool, and it's obvious that it's gonna last me forever. Um, and and then to the trophy you're building, I have been seeing the pictures on that, and it looks super super cool. I really hope that they do something with that, but at the same time, like, even if they don't use it in an official capacity, like, you're still building that rapport with the studio and the community. And there's always a positive benefit to come from these kinds of projects, right? Like just the community in the studio seeing what you're creating. I mean, that's literally why I wanted to give you a chance to come on the show, and so more people could get exposed to what you do, because you make some really super cool stuff, just like I do with a lot of the other guests. Like, whether it's William Morris with his music, or OMA with his in-game skins and concepts, and or Mayor Reynolds with his live action. I mean, there's so many cool creators, and I was like, man, I got to get Matt on here, because he's over here carving up a storm, to make a pun, but
Yeah, yeah, that's in the air for sure.
yeah, yeah. So no, man, it's really cool. So for the for that trophy, so, like, is it almost finished, or like where's that at?
So I have to build it in stages because of the limitations of the current equipment that I have. My goal is down the road is to upgrade and add a fourth dimension and fifth dimension to my machine work. And that's a whole, it's one of those rabbit holes that you get online and you never make it out of the other end of it, because there's
Yeah.
so many cool things that you can do with it. But so right now, the section that's completed is all I have completed. But this weekend, I'm going to uh, do the backside of it, and that portion right there took about 12 hours of machining
Ooh.
to do it, and definitely takes a lot more than just laying a block of wood on a machine and just hitting the start button.
Yeah.
I do want to give a shout out to Exol for you've seen some of his posters floating around Twitter or X, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it. And I knew that there was somebody in the community that would be happy, sorry, happy to join in and help me design a 3D model, and and that way I could use that 3D model as a reference point and come up with all the programming and the machining and configurations that it takes to build these things and the stages. And I didn't want to go small; I wanted to go large. So this trophy is probably going to be somewhere in the 17 to 19-inch tall range.
Nice. Hey,
And
real quick,
sure,
we're gonna plug all your stuff at the end, but just real quick, because I don't have a way to pull up a picture or anything on the video here for the viewer watching on YouTube later. But what is your Twitter handle, so people can see these progress pictures? Twitter and Instagram, I suppose. Real quick.
okay. Instagram, my business page is at red underscore hawk underscore designs,
Okay.
and you could see it there. You can see my other work there that I've done in the past, and also on Twitter. Uh, Funny nickname that I have is at big Cadillac. That's
at
BIG.
at Big Cadillac.
Yeah, but with a K on the end.
With a K on the end. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to plug that real quick because we're talking about this awesome trophy, and I know the viewers and listeners are going to be curious to see it. So that's where you can go find stuff. We're going to plug it again at the end, but let's jump back on track. So this piece is, you're talking like 17 inches of awesomeness, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the width of it, like across, is close to 10 inches.
So
And so,
you could say this bad boy is a little thick.
yeah, that boy is thick. Yeah,
Damn
yeah, just like
boy,
those coasters.
he thick.
Yeah, there's always a funny story behind some of my work, and or like the name of my business. That name actually came from a really special place to me. So my wife and I, the first place that she told me she loved me was at a place we were staying at called Red Hawk Ranch in Wimberley, Texas. Really beautiful area, and so that name has just stuck in my mind for years. And
That's
that's
great, man.
where,
What an awesome story behind the name. Wow, I love that, dude. That's so cool. I'm so happy for you, man.
thank you.
So so yeah, so with this event coming up, so for those that are living under a rock or just tuning in for the first time, welcome first of all. But Deadrop is soon to do their next build of their game, which is still in a pre-alpha state. It's going to be Snapshot 7. And this one's going to be really big because they're doing a live event in Las Vegas on October 20th. And yes, there's a lot of cool stuff that's being teased. We're poised to potentially get a UGC mode or user generated content type mode. Potentially, it's not 100% confirmed, but it's been heavily hinted at. And there's also the car mechanic that's being teased in a big way. This is a live event, so this particular build of the game is poised to be a much larger content heavy drop, right? So with that being said, what Matt is doing is, historically with live events that Deadrop has done, they always have all the big computer stations where people can play and compete live on the floor. And, we're, Matt, maybe you know more information. Are they going to do any kind of tournament, or is it just going to be kind of like what they did in Snapshot 5, where all the big names are competing on the main stage, and then hopefully you would present the trophy to the winner for that? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, that was the original idea. I haven't seen any kind of actual plan yet, but they're looking at how this trophy could be implemented.
Okay.
And my original thought was, either way, there's going to be some sort of tournament style game up on the screen, just like the Snapshot 5 event
Yeah.
where they had Z Laner and all those other guys, the Optic guys up there competing alongside Doc, and it looked just like a professional, setting or tournament style setting. And that's where the idea came from, was there's no trophy here. Like, we got a winner, but no trophy. So
Right.
that, that was like, that's it. That's what I need to do to contribute, do my part in the community. I'm not as talented at being a voiceover type person, or looking great on camera. So I, yeah, I'm like yourself, but
Oh
um,
man, don't no, you're
so
too kind. Look, no, you know what I love about this though is like you're the same as like all these other creators, right? It's like there's something that goes on in the community, right? That you see an opportunity and you just get motivated because we all share that passion for this game and this project and what the studio is doing because they're reciprocating that energy, right? That's what's so cool about Midnight Society is like whatever energy we're bringing, they're bringing it right back, and we're just like meeting in the middle and just creating all this awesome stuff. And like, so I totally understand when you said you saw a gap that fits your skill set, and you just got super motivated and it's like, yes, this is what I can contribute, and you're getting excited about that. So I love to see that, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're just kind of waiting on if there's going to be like an official tournament, or to see where the trophy probably fits in the best, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah, that's my understanding of it too. And it would be awesome this time to see one big, massive lobby of players mixed in with those big names that are up on stage. Like that would be really cool. Definitely unforgettable experience for a lot of people that get to be part of this whole existence, as they call it.
Yep. Yeah, man. No, that's super cool. All right, so moving on to our last topic here. What is so we I've been doing this with all the guests over over the past weeks and stuff like that. So I just want to hear it from you. Like, what are some ideas or predictions you may have for Snapshot 7?
I've I've had a lot of crazy random thoughts, anywhere from if they're incorporating these cars, are the cars going to have any kind of weapons on them, like twisted metal styles?
Yeah.
That would be amazing
Yeah.
to see a race where you're not only fighting for first place, but you're fighting for your life technically, and see some sort of like twisted metal style race, or like burnout revenge style
Yeah.
game where you're taking out other players, and then maybe that gets you into a special lobby full of players. Like, okay, you made it this far, now you got to fight these other champions, like literally to either extract or survive the freeze or the fire or whatever
Damn.
element that they might have. Like that would be an amazing way to put it.
What if
What
it
are
was
your
like
thoughts?
what if it was like a mini battle royale via Demolition Derby or Twisted Metal, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
and
and
and and maybe that's the self-contained mini game before you even load into the lobby or something. It's like, all right, you got like, 50 people here, and just destroy each other, and last driver wins, or what. I mean, I don't know. I'm just this is total speculation, of course, but yeah, that sounds cool.
that's actually a great idea, because while you're waiting on the people load into the lobbies, and I don't know if maybe they get everybody in based on how good their ping is, or whatever it may be. But uh, yeah, that would be awesome, just to be able to just drive around while you're just waiting, and gun down other
like
players,
like
or
ultimate road rage, man.
right. Look like what's that, Forza Horizon,
Yeah.
but twisted metal.
Or like Death
We
Race or something. Just yeah, just take like Twisted Metal, but like add a whole bunch of guns and stuff. I mean, a lot of those cars did have guns.
Yeah, meet
Yeah,
GTA 5, sort of thing.
and then
Pull up
and
to the
then
garage.
now they are supposed to be adding like loot, as far like in the game, as far as like car attachments or cosmetics. I wonder if like, okay, so again, for the viewer and listener, we're just totally speculating. We have no idea. This is fantasy world we're living in right now. But like, what if what if it was like a Twisted Metal type mini game mode, and but when we go to play Deadrop for real, oh cool, you found this like car mounted machine gun as a item in the game that you could, if you extract out, you could add it to your car. Boom, now your car has a 50 cal on it.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That'd be so sick, right? I don't want to get my hopes up too much, right? I want to try to like manage my expectations, because again, these folks work really hard on the game, and I think they're gearing up for a big surprise, but we really don't know what shape it's going to take. So
Yeah, I really like the style of the cars that they've kind of shown off, both in the earlier snapshots and in the Midnight Ride trailer.
yeah, it's very like 80s meets like drag race or rally car,
Yeah,
but with an
yeah, like
80s, a very serious 80s sports car aesthetic, right?
exactly. Kind of like the Batman, like the newest the Batman movie car with the big jet
Yeah,
engine. Like it looks
yeah.
like an old Camaro
It
type
looks like an
car, but
old Charger Camaro or something,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And
But
this reminds me that it'd be cool to have like you could change the color of the jet on the back if it has one, or just something like that.
yeah. Yeah, man. I'm super excited about all this stuff. So do you think we're gonna get UGC mode?
Yeah, I believe so. And um, that tool is going to be extremely beneficial in like in so many ways. If if it's going to work the way I think it will work, I believe that the community can take that and do things like I'm doing, take those models and make something special for the community. Just not to like you know cash in on, but maybe make videos with or animation style stuff. I've been really curious how they're going to spin that, or if there's going to be any kind of way to export or import models or
Yeah.
anything like that. Kind of like you see the custom Halo maps. Like there's a Waffle House. Like
Yeah.
what is the Waffle House doing in Halo? But I'm going to
Yeah.
order some waffles while I'm in there.
Right, right. No, I know it's super cool. UGC is definitely one of the most exciting things about it from a community standpoint, right? Because Midnight Society is, certainly going to build a banger of a game with what they build in house, right? But when you enable the community to flex, it's amazing what comes out of that, and that's the best place for all the wacky stuff, right? It's like if like Halo has been the pinnacle of this example for decades, and a lot of the stuff, a lot of the mini games that the Halo community has created over the years are literally some of the things that have propped it up over the years. I envision that being the same for Deadrop. I think Midnight Society is going to create a stellar game. I think they're going to create something that is this new genre. It's taking names, and but then again they're enabling the community. So it's like it just seems like a win-win situation to me, right?
Right. Yeah, it'd be awesome to see a creation like kind of like they did with that Red versus Blue series with
Yeah,
Halo,
yeah.
like a Midnight Society version.
I've had
I would
some
love
ideas.
one.
I've had some ideas about stuff like that. I mean, look, we got my variant 2 Zulu 2 running around, and he's always beefing with Jimmy V. So
Right.
we'll see, man. I don't know. For me, I'll be honest, right? I'm not like I have no idea how to use like advanced UGC type tools, right? Like I've definitely messed around in Halo Forge a little bit, and I can definitely play around with that. But when it comes to the anything beyond that, I'm never touched anything. So like it's a little overwhelming for me, the thought of it. So I don't. I'll have to play around with it when it does launch and see like what I'm able to do. But yeah, if there's a creative way for me to bring those silly characters I've created into some kind of red versus blue format, I think that would be pretty cool. I would love to see that. Not just with what I'm able to do, but I'd love to see some community members do some stuff like that, and I bet we would. I really do. Still with me?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to make an adjustment. I do apologize.
No, no, you're good. No, anyway, so I guess that's actually kind of all we've got time for now. I know you've got to get on, and we want to make sure we're respecting your time. So, any last tidbits you've got for the community, or any other new projects coming up, or anything we should look out for?
Um, the only thing I can think of is I'm really excited about going to Vegas next month.
Yes.
We're exactly 4 weeks away from the event. My math is right, and so I'm counting down the days, and I look forward to meeting so many people there, and really hoping to run into Doc again, but not just at the event, but before and maybe after. That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. No, I'm gonna be there in person, so it'll be good to see you, and of course, meet anybody I missed last time because I was at the Snapshot 5 event also. I think you and I ran into each other, but we really didn't know. Like, I still was learning who people were. We talked about this on previous episodes. It's like, you know, I've talked to people on social media about this, where like I actually did meet a lot more people, but I really just didn't know who they were at the time, right?
Yeah, we actually stood next to each other for a good hour or so, and we
Yeah,
didn't even know each other.
right.
It's really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out. But now that we've had a chance to communicate with all these people, this event is going to be even better, right? So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. I feel like this one is just gonna blow Snapshot 5 out of the water.
Yeah, I think so too. So all right, so one more time, where can people find your content?
You can find me on Instagram. My Instagram account is at red underscore hawk underscore designs. And you can also find me on X at Big Cadillac with a K on the end.
Well, all right, man. Well, Matt, I appreciate you being on the show, man. I appreciate your contribution to the community. I love what you're doing. And again, I can't wait to see you at the Snapshot 7 event in Vegas. I think it's just going to be a blast, man. It's been a pleasure to have you on.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And thank everybody else for all the love on all the likes and shares that I've gotten on my previous work. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, that'll do it for this episode. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notifications, and don't forget to keep a lookout for future episodes. That's all we have time for today, and we will see you in the tower. Have a good one, everybody.